Hello and welcome to Elyse Leren Yoga. Today we will be focusing on a beginner flow. So whether you're newer to yoga or would like to freshen up on your alignment and shapes that you've maybe been in 100 times, this is a class for you. Today we will use yoga blocks and a strap. No worries if you don't have these things. A water bottle is a perfect yoga block. So is a rolled up towel or things like this, just to bring the ground closer to you. And a strap can be a belt, a scarf, again a rolled up towel in the opposite direction, just something that makes your arms longer. So we will start in a comfortable seat today. Please sit up on a block or a blanket if your hips feel quite tight today. We'll start with the right leg crossed in front of the left. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your right arm over to the right, tent your fingertips to the ground and reach your left arm up. Don't worry about over, try to create length through both side bodies. Take a deep breath in right here. Feel stretch through your rib cage. Exhale right here. Keep everything as is. Just turn your chest down towards your right thumb to stretch the back of your rib cage. Take a breath in here and a breath out here. Now lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. Lower your gaze towards the ground and reach your left arm out to the side, just a foot or so above the ground for neck release. Notice if you're holding your head up in any way and let that go. Use your left hand to pull you upright. Keep your head heavy. Bring your right hand to your head and press your head upright. We'll move on to side two. Bring your arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, travel your left hand to the left. Reach your right arm up and then maybe slightly over without losing space in the left side. Keep everything as is. Just lower your chest to point towards the ground to stretch the back of your rib cage. Take a breath in here. And a breath out here. Now lower your left ear towards your left shoulder and draw your gaze down. Reach your right arm out to the right and slightly down so you feel a gentle pull on your right side of your neck. Keep your head heavy and breathe. We keep so much stress built up in our necks and our shoulders, so this is a good one to do often. Pull yourself up through your right arm, bring your left hand to the left side of your head and assist your head upright. Cross opposite ankle in front. Grab your strap. Hold on to the strap between your hands and separate it a bit wider than shoulder width. Take a deep breath into the rib cage, grow tall. Exhale, lower your strap behind you towards your low back, your sacrum or your tailbone region. Inhale, reach the strap back up. Exhale, lower the strap towards your knees. You'll do this a few more times on your own. The wider your hands, the more space you'll be giving yourself to get into your shoulders gently. The closer they are, the deeper the stretch. So meet yourself where you are today. Take one more full round. So you'll end with the exhale with your strap by your knees. Nice. All right, take the strap and loop it around your left foot. Grab the strap with your left hand and bring it over to the left. Now you're going to reach around with your right hand for that strap. And just grab it wherever it lands. Maybe you're closer to your outer hip, maybe you're farther back. Bring the strap to you where you need it to be. Now feel this right shoulder peel open. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, place your left hand on your right knee. Maybe cinch up on the strap a bit and find a twist to your right. Every inhale, find length. Every exhale, twist deeper. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release your twist. Loop the strap around your right foot. Take the strap with your right hand. You can bring it all over there. Guide the strap behind you with your right hand. Peel your left shoulder open and capture the strap at any place that it meets it. Continue to peel your left shoulder open towards your spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, cross your right hand to your left knee. Here you can cinch your hands farther up the strap if that feels available for you. But every inhale, find length first, and then exhale, twist. If you're rounding forward, back out. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. Nice job. And you can just step the strap off to the top of your mat. Walk your hands forward on your mat and send your knees behind you. Come into a tabletop all fours. Spread wide from your thumbs to your pinkies and stack your shoulders over your wrists. Hips are going to go over your knees. Take a deep breath in here. Start to lift your chest, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, cow spine. Exhale, cat, press into the ground. Feel your shoulders move apart, tuck your chin to your chest. 2 more of these. Inhale, cow spine. Open the front of your body, energetically move your feet and knees apart. Exhale, cat, tuck chin to chest. Energetically draw your knees and your feet closer together. 1 more breath in. And breath out. Come back to a neutral spine. On an inhale, reach your right leg into the air behind you. Square your hips, reach through your heel. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Press the ground away through your hands. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach and extend. Lift your heart like a cow spine. Exhale, curl in like a cat spine. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Step your right foot forward. You may need to lift your right hand and help your leg forward. And then walk your hands onto your right thigh. Start to pulse forward and back here slowly. So what you should be feeling as you come forward, you're kind of releasing tension in the body and really getting a deep stretch in your left leg. But as you lift up, feel that inner line of your leg engagement so that you're holding yourself in space. And now try to settle between the two. So come forward, but feel your legs engaged. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, lower your hands to frame your front leg, lift your front toes, and scoot your right heel more forward for half splits. We want the back hip right over the back knee here. Hands to yoga blocks is a great option here, even if your hamstrings feel open, so that you can keep your chest open. Shoulder blades together as you melt your heart. So instead of rounding in the back, you want space in the front of the body. Turn your toes to the left and to the right to stretch all 3 hamstrings in the back of your right leg. And I'll move the block so you can see. Now, bring your toes through center and lower your toes forward and down to the mat. Feel a stretch through the top of your ankle. With hands on the earth or hands on the blocks, start to rebend your front knee. Tuck under your back toes and lift your back knee. Low lunge. Nice work. Root through your hands. Inhale, look forward. Walk your hands forward. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your space. Separate your feet hip-width distance apart. Release your head and neck. Hands can stay on blocks or on the ground, or you can bring your hands to opposite elbow creases and gently rock your body side to side. through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands all the way up to your hip creases. Press your thighs back and reach forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Now bring your hands to your shins. Draw shoulder blades together. Reach forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Release everything. One more, your choice where your hands go. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length from your tailbone to your head. Exhale, fold. I'm going to turn to face you. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, mountain pose. Exhale, capture your right wrist with your left hand. Pull your right arm up and over to the left. Shift your hips a bit more to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Opposite grip. Exhale, bring your left arm up and over to the right. Shift your hips more to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Release your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands through your heart. Hinge at your hips and fold forward. Release your head and neck when you arrive. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins, thighs, or blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the ground and step your feet back to a plank position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Again, we're spreading wide from the thumbs to the pinkies. Lower your hips even. If you need to, you can lower your knees to the ground. Just keep that same shape of a plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward and slowly lower with or without your knees on the ground to your belly. Untuck your toes. Lengthen your legs back. Press down through the tops of your feet and spread through your toes. Hands are still in the same line as your rib cage. Press down, lift up, cobra pose. We'll start a bit low today. Press down through your hands. Feel a back bend through your back, no matter how big that back bend may be. Draw your shoulders onto your back and reach forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Another rolling cobra. Press down, lift up, cobra pose. Come up a bit higher, and this time come up onto your fingertips. And then maybe lift your hands off the ground, still shoulders onto your back. Exhale, everything down. Nice. This time, press down through your hands, lift up, and now maybe come up a bit higher, wherever your back allows. Shoulders down your back, take a breath in. Exhale, lower everything down. Keep your knees on the ground. Inhale, press up to a tabletop position. Exhale, separate your knees out wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Sink your hips towards your heels and walk your arms forward to allow your forehead to the ground. This is child's pose. Spread wide from your thumbs to your pinkies. Keep your elbows off the ground, but plug your arms into your shoulders as you reach forward. Deepen your breath here. If things feel tight in your hips, you can slide a block underneath your chest. Take one more breath in. Exhale, come on up to your tabletop for side 2. Inhale, lift your left leg into the air. Square your hips, reach through your heel. Lift your chest a bit forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Curl in, cat spine. 2 more. Inhale, reach your leg back. Feel length through the front of your body. Lift your chest. Exhale, knee to nose. Engage your core here. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Step your left foot to the top of your space. Then sink your hips forward and walk your hands onto your left thigh. Start to pulse forward and back to warm up your hips. Notice if your shoulders are up towards your ears, roll them down your back. Give yourself more space to breathe into. Now again, find that moment between sinking all the way forward for the stretch and pressing down to lift up for the strength. In every yoga pose, we want to find both. Settle forward, press down through your left foot. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Plug your arms into your shoulders, reach up through your rib cage, inhale. Exhale, lower your hands to frame your front leg. Lift your front toes. You can grab your foot or just slide it forward so that your back hip lands over your back knee. And then maybe hands find blocks, rolled up towels, water bottles, or maybe your hands find the ground. Notice if you're rounding in the upper back. We do this so often every day in our lives. Keep your chest floating forward. Turn your toes straight up, and now turn them to the left and to the right to feel all 3 hamstrings on the back of your left leg. So you have an innermost and outermost and the big one in the middle. Lift your toes back through center, lower your toes forward and down to stretch the top of your ankle. Now hands to blocks or hands to earth, maybe fingers tented if they're on the ground. Start to bend your front knee. You can slide your foot farther back, tuck under your back toes, and lift your back knee. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, pop your back foot up, hip width distance from your front foot for a forward fold. This time, with or without your hands on blocks, cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. Rock your weight forward and back, side to side, to feel all of the moving parts of your legs, from your hamstrings to your outer hips. Now separate your feet a bit wider. We'll do the same thing we just did. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, capture your left wrist with your right hand. Pull your left arm up and over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Uncross your legs. Exhale, forward fold. This time, cross your left ankle in front of your right. Hands to blocks is a great option here, a water bottle. Start to rock your weight forward and back. Side to side, keep your head and neck heavy. Now separate your feet a bit wider. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, capture your left wrist with your right hand. Pull your left arm up and over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Uncross your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step your feet back to a plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Take a breath in, press into the ground even if your knees are lowered. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward and lower to your belly. Untuck your toes, inhale, curl up, cobra pose. Use your arms to press down, draw your shoulders down your back. And it can be really close to the ground too. Exhale, forehead to the ground. Tuck under your toes, leave your knees on the ground. Inhale, press up to tabletop. Exhale, lift your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Now if you're new to this pose, or even if you're not, start to pedal through your heels and just feel out the shape. If your wrists are bothering you, it's possible that the base of your index finger has lifted, so root inward between your thumb and your index finger on both hands. Now start to bend your knees a lot. Send your tailbone up. So instead of tucking the tailbone, you'll lift it. And if that's hard to do, step your feet farther back. Then bend your knees and shift up. Keeping this length, just straighten-ish your legs. And ish is important here. From here, draw your belly button to your spine. Draw your shoulders slightly forward like you're rolling into a plank. And find a heaviness in your arms so you feel your arms plug into your shoulders. Now wrap the inside points of your elbows forward, your elbows back, so you have outer rotation in the upper arms. Keeping all of this, send your heart towards your thighs a bit. Take a deep breath in here, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, look to the top of your space. Exhale, walk your feet to a forward fold. You can always come up onto fingertips and walk up that way. This time, bring your big toes together. Separate your heels about an inch apart. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Now bend at your knees, sit your hips back. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring your arms overhead. Lift your toes. Spread wide through your toes and then lightly lower them back down. So we want our weight to be in our heels, our hips back past our knees. From here, draw your belly button to your spine, lift your heart towards your thumbs. Take a breath in. Exhale, sit a bit lower. Ooh, one more, inhale. Exhale, sit a bit lower. Nice work. Inhale, mountain pose, root to rise, press down to lift up. Exhale, hands through heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, fold, tuck your chin to your chest. Plant your hands, step back to a plank position. Inhale right here. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And ideally, we want the hands and feet to stay where they just were in plank, in your down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg into the air. Square your hips, reach through your heel. Exhale, step your right foot towards your right thumb for warrior one. Lower your back heel at an angle and inhale your arms to lift. So back foot is going to have your toes pointing up towards the top left corner of your mat. Feet will be hip width distance apart, so separate them a bit wider. Now shift your left hip forward, your right hip back. Inhale your arms to lift. Settle your front knee right over your front heel. And if you feel your tailbone lifting, draw your belly button to your spine. Take a breath into your rib cage, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your back heel. Inhale, plank position, step it back. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more, inhale, lift your left leg into the air. Dial your toes down. If you look past your belly button, you should see your hip bones in line with one another. Exhale, step it forward. Step your feet hip width and then lower your back heel inward. If it's hard to get your back heel on the ground, step your foot farther up or farther out. Lift your arms up. Front knee right over your front heel. Engage your belly button, engage your core. Root through both feet equally here. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your back heel. Inhale, look forward, change here. Exhale, pop your back foot up to meet your front foot, forward fold. From here, separate your feet wider, like mat width distance apart. Turn your toes out, your heels in, bend at your knees, and come into a malasana squat or a garland pose. If this feels like a lot, sit yourself up on your block. Press your arms into your legs into your arms to feel the same actions working against each other. And that will create more space in your hips. Bring your right arm inside your right leg, tent your fingertips off to the side. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, lower your left arm inside your left leg. Tent your fingertips off to the side. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Twist open. Take one more breath in. Exhale, back through center. Remove the block if you have it and come all the way down to a seat. From here, come all the way down to your back. Bring your knees in towards your belly and hold on to a shin with each hand for reverse child's pose. Separate your knees out wide towards your rib cage. Now, I want everybody to try and do this real quick. Press down through the back of your head to lift your shoulders off the ground and scoot your shoulders farther down your mat. You'll feel length through the back of your neck and a space created in your lumbar curve. We want to keep that. Now, if you would like to go into happy baby, you can grab your big toes or the pinky toe edges of your feet. But if they're far because you've lifted your low back, go back to holding your shins. Keep your tailbone rooted and your sit bones drawing forward here. Everyone come back through center, bring your knees together. T or cactus your arms overhead, take a breath in. Exhale, lower both knees to the right, bump your hips a bit to the left. Stack your knees today, even with a block underneath or something, so that you can feel your body release completely. Your low back, your low glutes. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bump your hips to the right, lower your knees to the left. If your arms are in a cactus and your hands are floating, bring your arms to that T shape. You can also bring them straight up overhead. Do a quick body scan here and just notice where you can invite in more release. Inhale, come back through center. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a loving hug for maybe trying something new today or for just slowing down your body, your breath, your mind especially. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release into a final Shavasana. Take up space, walk your shoulder blades closer together, and let all of the movement be for this moment of stillness. Start to deepen your breath. Invite small movements to your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Bring your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Pull your knees into your belly and rock off onto whichever side feels more grounding for you. Curl into a fetus pose. With eyes closed, use your top arm to press yourself up to a seat. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and bring your palms together in front of your heart for a mudra called Anjali. We will close our class together today with one final breath. Please inhale through your nose, fill up. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Draw your thumbs up to your third eye, the center of your forehead, your place of intuition and intention. Today I bow to you with so much love and gratitude, from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.